Hey everybody, Thomas here and welcome back once again to SFF180. It is Monday, December the 7th. Pretty modest week in the mailbag, this time only 4 packages to get through, so we're going to get through them fairly quickly. Okay, so last week, I was not really feeling well, and if you've been following me on Twitter at all in the past week, well, you found out exactly what was wrong with me. It's not very fun. I came down with shingles, which I'm telling you right now is some serious hardcore pain. So I had to get on some antivirals for those and some pain medication, some steroids to take down the muscle swelling. It's not been a good time, but at least everything is in control. Haven't really had pain like I did that first night, although actually starting yesterday about in the afternoon, I had a bit of a flare-up of muscle cramps in my right calf, so I'm taking it easy on that. But I guess I just got to stick with the medication, until it's done, which I suppose leads to plenty of reading time, doesn't it? So that's a good thing. But anyway, for the most part, though, I'm okay, and I am ready to get into this week's haul. Shall we? Let's see what's in the packages this time. Okay, and this first big one is from Random Penguin. Nice big thick fat envelope. And it is an art for Eagle in Exile by Alan Smale, which comes out on March the 15th, and it is the sequel to Clash of Eagles, which came out last year, and which I got, and was one of the many books that I started and didn't finish because of dealing with everything with my dad, my family at the time. But I did like what I read of it. Interesting idea. Essentially, it's an alternate history in which the ancient Romans have made it to America, and they end up having conflicts here. So I don't want to read too much in the way of the synopsis on this one because, as usual, book 2, spoilers. But this one, I will say, is fat. It's considerably bigger than the first one. So it looks like he's really going to expand upon the story a great deal. But I want to get back into this. I want to read the first one and the second one in rapid succession. So if you'd like to see me add these to the review queue, there we go. Eagle in Exile comes out March 15th from Del Rey Books. And next we have From Orbit, The Rising by Ian Tregillis. This, I believe, is out right now in shops. This is the second book in the Alchemy Wars series and the second volume following The Mechanical, which was book 1, I think came out either earlier this year or maybe end of last year. But as it says, they called me Jax. That was the name given by those who built me and enslaved me. And so, as you see, it's about a robot fighting against robot oppression and breaking free. And, for all of his robot brethren, freedom, freedom. So here we go. The Rising, now available from Orbit. Let me know if you want me to catch up with this series and tell you what it's all about. Well, everyone I know on BookTube who has read The Mechanical seems to have enjoyed it, so that's pretty good. This is going to be a Pyre Books title. And this is the final copy of the Nebula Awards Showcase 2015 anthology, which I guess is covering all of the books and short stories, novellas, works of fiction that were on or related to or in some ways won or nominated, what have you. Anyway, if it had to do with the nebulas, it's here. It's going to be under these covers. This one's edited by Greg Bear. Met Greg at the Nebula ceremony in Chicago this year. It's very nice. A bunch of us were sitting around in a little convention suite and had breakfast, and he talked a lot about military history and movies. So, a lot of fun. But this is the latest volume of the prestigious anthology series published annually across 6 decades. Okay, so this is going actually back a couple of years with some nominees and some winners. So there's stories here by Rachel Swirsky, Matthew Kressel, The Sounds of Old Earth, nominees. Selkie Stories Are for Losers by Sophia Samatar. Let's see. Nebula Award winner, The Waiting Stars by Aliette de Bedard. Okay, so this is 2013 winners. I guess now available from Pyre Books, Nebula Awards Showcase 2015. And last but not least, one more from Pyre. Okay, this looks kind of interesting. It's a little bit out of left field. March 1st is the date on this. Richard A. Knack. Now, he is a writer that I usually associate with sword and sorcery and, epic fantasy, that sort of thing. But this appears to be... It's being described here as first-rate urban fantasy, although you'll notice that it's got this really kind of cool 1930s Art Deco thing going on the art design, so on the cover. So let's see what this is really all about here. It says, for more than 1,600 years, Nick Medea has followed and guarded the gate that keeps the mortal realm and that of fairies separate, okay, seeking in vain absolution for the fatal errors he made when he slew the dragon. All that while, he has tried and failed to keep the woman he loves from dying over and over. Yet in the 50 years since the night the dragon breathed over the city of Chicago, the gate has not only remained fixed, but open to the trespasses of the wild, the darkest of the fairy folk. Not only does that mean an evil resurrected from Nick's own past, but the reincarnation of his lost Cleolinda, a reincarnation destined once more to die. Nick must turn inward to that which he distrusts the most, the dragon, the beast he slew when he was still only St. George. Okay, so George and the Dragon, and now we put him in a more modern setting. He must turn to the monster residing in him, now a part of him, but ever seeking escape. The gang war brewing between Prohibition bootleggers may be the least of his concerns. If Nick cannot prevent an old evil from opening the way between the realms, then not only might Chicago face a fate worse than the Great Fire, but so will the rest of the mortal realm. This is out March 1st. Sounds like it's trading quite a few tropes and cliches here, to be perfectly honest, but maybe the Prohibition-era Chicago setting, which I, do like the sound of, enhances that a little bit and sets it apart. Who knows? But if you think this looks pretty interesting, you want to know more about it, just let me know in the comments. Black City Saint by Richard Knack on the 1st of March. Okay, everybody, that's it. That's all she wrote. That is the mailbag for December 7th. You know the drill. Fire up the comments. Let me know which of these books looks most interesting and exciting to you and which you want to see me, if any, prioritize in the review queue. It may be the case that things are going to start slowing down a bit as we get towards the end of the year. Fewer review copies may come in as we get towards the holidays. Might be a quick rush in the next couple of weeks, but certainly it's been my experience that over Christmas, that little period right there, Christmas to New Year's, pretty slow. But I am going to try keeping the channel ticking over with new content, some reviews. Got another one going up in the morning, so keep an eye out for that. And until then, as always, thank you so much for watching. Welcome to the new viewers. Hit that like button if you enjoyed it, share the video, and above all, please subscribe if you have not done so. That is how SFF180 grows. And until I see you guys next time, happy reading.